I have started the recording now. You know what's really funny? I'm just starting the recording now, so you're gonna have to sync it up. It's gonna be really bad.
Well, it has audio.
I know, but you're just gonna have to sync it up because the audio's gonna be
Okay, so
different.
this is try 2
No.
of
First-
episode 1.
No, first, what do we do at the start of our episodes? Well, no, we have to, audio test, okay? So everything's synced.
We're in
the
a
audio's
Parkade.
good. So we can test our
Okay.
audio. So for 3, on 3. On 3. On 3. See, you didn't do it. I said on 3. That was on 3.
Oh yeah, well I'm figuring
1,
it's
2,
that's fine.
3. 3.
This is episode 1.
Welcome to episode 1 of Parkade Pals.
You don't have to yell. Actually, you might have to yell.
Welcome, Parkies. This is our first episode. We're in a Parkade, like promised.
Yeah.
And we're gonna
Quick
Parkade Pals.
preamble. This is the second time we are filming this because the first time, this one's camera, Parkade Pal 1.
Oh yeah, we'll introduce ourselves. I'm Parkade Pal 1.
I'm Parkade Pal 0 because I had the idea to make this in the first place. This is the second time we are recording this because this one's camera can only apparently record for 20 minutes for some bullshit EU tax reasons, I guess. However, what you were watching this on right now is a 2010 Sony Handycam camcorder. So the quality is amazing, and there's not a lot to be desired, all things considered. This is peak technology, considering it is like 2014 right now. So,
Welcome to the
2010
first episode. So, as always, at the start of these episodes, we start off with small talk. Let's get to the small talk portion of the
okay, so this is a good time. In the description of the video.
So, okay.
No, shut up.
How was your week doing today? Podcast Pal 0.
In the description of this video and every video forward, you will find a Google Doc. And that Google Doc is the Parkade Pal Constitution.
I hope we forget to include it.
I might. And in that Google Doc, there are the rules of the Parkade Pal podcast, including what classifies as 1, a parkade, and 2, the fact that there are actually no structure or segments to any of these videos at all. It is
Anyways,
just us,
let's
also,
start
by
with
the way.
small talk. Podcast Pal 0.
Sure thing. Podcast Pal 1.
How was your day? How was your week? How did your week go? Since the last we recorded,
We record every Saturday.
previous episode. Don't date this. How was your
It's
week?
going up today.
How was your week? Is it?
Maybe.
I thought you were waiting until next week.
Maybe.
Whatever. We shouldn't talk about this. How was
But
your
it's
week?
fine. They don't.
It's boring.
My
How was your
week
week?
has been good.
What did
Not
you
done
do?
much this week.
What's a highlight?
I got an A on my test, which was nice for my class in university. We are at, I should say where we're at.
No.
I'm
I
gonna
mean, you
dock
can,
us.
but
We're at the University of Calgary Parkade. We're on the 5th floor, as you can tell, if you read that over there. And it's pretty nice up here, actually. There's currently a torrential downpour happening outside, so
Anyway, how was
nice
your
and
week?
dry. My week has been good. I have not done much of note.
Yeah,
I've been playing a lot of Spelunky 2,
that's something.
and Spelunky 2 has been fun. I've been getting better. I'm getting to Tide Pool more. I got to Neobab once. It did not end well, but I got there, which is fun.
Monkey 2 is very fun. My PB right now is 740, and I shouldn't be playing it as much as I am playing it, but eventually I'll get to Cosmic Ocean, and that'll be awesome.
I want to talk a little louder.
I'm-
There are other people
I'm
in this
talking.
Parkade, by the way.
Yeah, they don't know what they're talking
Very unexpected. At,
Anyway.
about almost 10 p.m. at this point.
Anything else interesting? Like any events? Anything interesting happening?
I hung out with my friends. I haven't watched any cool films or anything. I'm probably gonna watch Squid Game. It's the third season came out.
I
And
have
people
heard
seem to be
things
pretty
about it.
split. People, I don't know. Most critical says it's not very good, and he is gospel.
Well, my
so.
sister says it's pretty good.
But you see, that's what I mean. All my friends are saying it's great. but moist critical. My good lord.
Well, at least he was us.
The things we do. Things we do for good content. We sully ourselves and we make ourselves disgusting.
Anyways, how was my week? It's good. It was good. Honestly,
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
kind of
yeah,
slacking
sure. How was
on
your week?
the whole like being a human and being interesting thing. Now what I do have some highlights of stuff that I've done with the week. A lot of sitting in my room and doing literally nothing, but
Also,
part of
just
that includes
Bussin'.
part of that includes doing the I play a little bit of a one-player TTRPG. If you don't know what that is, it's like D&D, but you don't have any friends. And so the TTRPG is called Be Like a Crow. It's a TTRPG where you're like a crow. I mean, you are a crow. You're not like a crow. We are a crow.
Which
You
are
do
like
crow
crows.
things. Like, you know what a crow does. Honestly, it's just all in all, it's literally just like a creative writing like thing. Interesting. You just instead of like rolling dice and do everything, you pull cards from a deck, and you get prompts to write about, and bad stuff happens, combat happens, all of the normal like.
How do you do combat in a one-player TTRPG? Do you just play against
I haven't
yourself?
gotten
It's
there.
like playing chess against yourself? Like,
I haven't gotten there yet. Well, no, it's supposed to be like a story thing. The actual mechanics of how it works is to figure out who wins the combat encounter. You just draw like 5 cards, because you like one turn, you attack, you dodge, whatever the hell, and then you do that. But really, all that is just like supplementary mechanics. You just write about what happened, right? So like, oh, if you're fighting like a fox, then blah blah blah. Anyways. Update on what my crow's doing right now.
Yeah.
She's pretty cool. Her name is Gloria. She's a little baby corvid.
Gloria Estefan, like the lady who made the song.
And last week, she's helping bring back a little teddy bear to a young child who lost it. And so she's on that trip. She's flying to the playground where the child is. And she had some trouble. She flew through like a cloud and got lost for a bit. But then a fox showed up. A hungry fox showed up.
Common enemy of crows.
And I really, like, the prompt itself was kind of weird. But I wrote around it as like a small little combat, not really combat encounter, but it's fun. I've been having a fun time with it. And then I played actual D&D with my real friends. And that was really what my week was, honestly.
Wait, I wasn't there.
Not actual D&D.
What the fuck, man?
I played in a campaign with my friends. Honestly, D&D has been operating my consciousness for like the past year, and
Longer.
It's been fun. It's been a fun hobby to get into, really. But nothing.
You're not feeling it now?
I'm feeling it. It's fun. Like I've been playing D&D in the groups that will play D&D with me.
I need to
And I've
get
been-
back to work on writing.
It's hard. Honestly,
The creative writing part of the campaign is really difficult.
that's one of the reasons why I picked up this one-player TTRPG, because it's just creative writing prompts. And
You
I've
gotta get
realized
flowing somehow. you know?
I'm a very creative person. I do need a push because it's really
Try to look
easy.
towards me if you talk, or there if you talk. Because if you look over there, none of the microphones get you. So,
You'll have to face the camera.
yeah, well, the camera has a mic and the phone has a mic.
This fucking guy. Anyways,
I don't need.
suddenly
I
you
might
care
subtitle.
about the
I
production
might
quality.
subtitle all of this.
So you care about the production quality all of a sudden.
I'm getting filthy and this disgusting part.
Yeah, it's almost like it's not
money
made
the
to
student union made. Do you know how much money the student union Millions, many millions.
But yeah.
Not just one or two.
That's why I do. That's why I've been doing it. Honestly, if nothing else, it's just been a fun thing to occupy my time with, and maybe it'll get me motivated to write more, just more in general. Honestly, being a writer is really interesting, and I.
What the? It's like fucking crusty.
Yeah, it's rusty. It's rust.
Oh,
Shit and dust.
disgusting. I wish you told me
Oh,
there.
yeah, I could actually probably figure this shit.
Honestly, it's the only thing keeping you.
That's okay. That's okay. Anyways, so yeah, that's been what's occupying me for the past like little week. I've been wanting to get out there and do more photography stuff, and post it on my Instagram that I have.
You get to share with me.
Well, it's not like there's nothing on it yet. It doesn't even.
No,
have
but I want to send you shit.
Well, I don't use it. I don't have Instagram or anything. But and maybe on my website when I get around to developing some of the more technical aspects of that. I'll keep you guys updated if I ever get around to doing
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna do a quick little check on the recording. See if everything's going fine.
We'll edit this out. Yeah. It's literally just boring. I don't know why you keep it in. 10:30 minutes.
We started 9:50.
Oh wait, no, it's 9:46. But that's how long the recording's been going for. 10 minutes. 10 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay, cool. That's fine. That's half the time that share camera already. Bitch.
Anyways, now we're back. Obviously, we have to check audio again.
There you go. There was the audio check.
Okay.
We don't both need to do it. That's not how that works.
Man, it's really pissing me. I don't know if you see it, but
The
this
lamp.
is so, yeah.
You guys can actually.
No,
Hold this.
it's not worth it.
this.
We set up the shot. We set up the shot so meticulously. It's locked. You can't move it. You'd have to move the. So there goes all the fucking leveling that I just did. Sure. Yep. It's woo.
Frames literally perfect.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure nothing changed. Like the autofocus or anything. I'm sure that didn't change when you
It's 720p. It's a fucking 2010 handycam.
Anyways,
There were my fucking baby pictures on this bitch before I cleaned them off.
before you erase them.
Before I erased those memories, yeah.
Yeah, watch out for my phone. Anyways, so yeah, that's pretty cool. I think that honestly, when it comes, writing is hard. It's very hard. The ideas are really easy to come up with.
Yeah.
And what I've noticed is, I've done this my entire life. When I come up with a good idea, or like I'm interested in something, I'll play out like the story in my head, and I just need to learn to like do that on paper instead.
Yeah, you just gotta learn to like, not necessarily railroad, but like,
It's really hard
funnel,
to
you know?
to write, to force yourself to write, but it's really easy.
like Hamilton. Oh my god.
Right, if you just like do it whenever you have an idea, which is easier said than done. Obviously, time is a difficult thing to manage.
You like a tongue tingler? Busting. Actually, they're not that good. I don't know why I bought them. It's kind of upsetting me, actually, but
I like them.
oh yeah, I had like 3 joints the other day, and I don't know what that fucker put in what he sold me, but they were not hitting. I felt fucking nothing. It felt like I smoked 3 cigarettes and then went home that day. It was not, and like, I was like, fuck yeah, you know, I got my joints with me, you know, we're gonna have a good night. Smoked like 3 or 4, and I was like, fine, and I was so fucking bored out of my mind. I was like, man, fuck. Spent $30, $25.
That's one of the things about weed. So I don't smoke or take any THC, but from what I've heard, like everybody's like, oh, it's such a fun time. But then also people are like, dude, it was the most mid fucking experience. I was out, like I took edibles with my friends, didn't feel anything. It was just like shitty the entire time.
Okay, so there's a difference, right? Because
Or some people smoke, like you're saying.
honestly,
it's fucking nothing.
the vibe was kind of fucking hitting anyway. Because
But like
we were in
at that point,
we were in Braden's garage.
one of our friends.
His first name. You know how many people are named fucking Braden?
Well, no, I'm just explaining it because Braden's fucking no one.
I was in my friend Braden's garage, and I had a bunch of folks there. It was me and 3 other dudes, and everyone was like 3-4 joints deep. And we were playing fucking Texas Hold'em. We were playing poker. I was dealing, and I was like, "Oh, it's gonna get harder for me to deal." As like the night goes on. No, it did not. I faced 3 of them motherfuckers, and nothing happened to me. Not a thing.
Well, also, no offense. It's not like that hard to deal cards to people.
But I was like standing. I was fine.
You shuffle them, you give 2 cards to each person.
True, but I was counting better than they
Cards
were.
in the
and I was
middle.
like, man, fuck.
Another card.
On Sunday, I'm gonna force weed down this one's throat. That's not true. But you're gonna hang out with us on Sunday? I'm pressuring you in front of the camera. You have to say yes now. It's like a casting couch situation.
I feel like you shouldn't describe any situation like that unless it's actively involves sex.
Well, I mean, there is a couch. That's for the Patreon only part of the podcast.
Yeah.
You can't see it's directly to the right of the frame.
Anyways, so most of my week has been filled with struggle about, actually doing things. So
Yeah, interesting.
I don't really have like a solid topic, but that can sort of be like a sort of like topic. Wow, it's really fucking raining.
Yeah, it's begun. It's like twice as bad as what I
I
showed
can't
y'all.
even see the city anymore.
The city's just like a mix of red and white light at this point. There's no buildings.
And you know what's crazy? That, I believe, most of the red lights there are from the stadium, not actually the city. I'm good.
They look very close, yeah, besides that one back there.
Anyways, I wanted to talk about that, and mostly how, like, where motivation comes from. Because recently I found it very hard to motivate myself to do anything that isn't sit on my ass and watch YouTube and play Donkey. Which is
and blackjack.
like, I'm gonna be real, which has been literally all I've been doing. Which, it's compelling for me to want to go hang out and do other things, but like, does that actually get me to where I want to be? I'm in a course right now, but it's like incredibly easy. I'm not.
Yeah, so I'm in
putting
two, and they're like sleeper. Like
into it.
I spend like an hour a week reading. I've gotten A's.
So, like,
yeah, okay, whatever.
In my head,
You're
I
productive, but
should
you're not.
be doing other things, right? And so I've spent the past year building up a bunch of hobbies and things that I like doing, and trying out new things, but I can't motivate myself to do them. And so that's generally what I want to talk about. Maybe.
I've been reading, for my class, I've been reading The Myth of Mental Illness by Cezaz. And it's quite an interesting book. It's exactly what you'd expect from the name, right? He's very staunchly implying that certain mental illnesses do not exist. They're not real. And the implication for that isn't that, like, if you have, like ADHD or schizophrenia, like, you don't have ADHD or
I don't think
schizophrenia.
ADHD is a mental illness, but continue.
But it is a condition that affects the mind, right? It's not necessarily like
An illness. An ailment.
I mean, I think it technically is in the DSM, but
Well, the DSM has its own fundamental flaws.
yeah, the homosexuality thing was pretty bad. But that's fixed now.
Yeah, it just fits. Well, no, it's more that the DSM is inaccurate when prescribing actual mental illnesses, because mental illnesses can vary so much in their complexity that it's hard to have like a single diagnosis.
Well, Cezaz's main argument is that the brain and the mind are not the same, right?
That's what's his name fucking argued. The Eid, a super
Super Freud.
Freud, that's his name. That's what Freud argued. That there are three separate areas.
Cezaz's opinion is that, well, if the brain and the mind are separate, then you can treat the brain, but how do you treat illnesses of the mind, right? In a sense, illnesses of the mind are not real, because I cannot isolate you what is causing you the illness of the mind. I cannot find you that one specific thing, right? If you have cancer, I can find you the cancer cells in your body. I can isolate them. I can show you cell by cell what cells are cancerous. If you have, like leukemia, I can find you the bone marrow that's the problem there. If you have sickle cell anemia, I can find you your blood cells. I can show you what the problem is. You can't really do that for, like, schizophrenia, really.
But you can for certain mental illnesses.
Certain mental illnesses.
Like,
He doesn't argue every mental illness. He argues that mental illnesses fall on a spectrum, some of which are definitely physical, treatable, real illnesses, and some others, he believes, do not justify a diagnosis. And it's an interesting thing because he never argues that these people don't suffer. He never argues that these people are experiencing things that aren't real. To them, it's very, very real. And he respects that. But one of his big arguments is that not all of these things are in need of labels, because the more you allow people and governments and, like, people to label people socially, the worse it becomes for those people, because those people can now be ostracized based on those labels and controlled based on those labels. If you have anxiety, do you really need to tell a 10-year-old that they have anxiety? Not really, right? The normal person does not live without suffering, right? Therefore, an illness like anxiety might just be the natural state of their mind,
So
right?
what's really interesting,
Not necessarily an illness in the sense that, like,
without
other
getting
illnesses
too
are.
deep into, the science, the psychology behind any of this, I was going to bring up, for the DSM, gender dysphoria.
Interesting
Without
illness.
getting too liberal,
'Cause it's
is
not really an
recognized by the DSM, and in a lot of ways it is, sorry, this is,
That's fine. You can still talk.
there's,
There's people down there too.
yeah, whatever. Anyways, it has a set of criteria that would actually meet a diagnosis, and those set of criteria is used in actual medical settings to prescribe people with gender dysphoria and give them like hormones or something. Trans people are a hot topic in a lot of media today, but there's no denying that they don't like exist, right?
Well, there is. There's a lot of denying that they exist.
But like no reasonable denying that they exist.
There's no factual denying.
If you're like at least like a statistician, you can like figure out
If
that
you have a,
some people.
if you
are
have a
different than
right brain to accompany the left brain, you can figure out, you
others.
know.
Anyways, not my point. Not like trying to get political or anything. But that diagnosis
Talk about whatever you
is kind of stupid to a lot of people because hormones
Yeah.
are the main way that trans people, or not. It's the main way that some trans people get like a form of their transition. Some people think that they can't transition without having any sort of medical like changes in their life. But the problem is that the DSM characterizes things like you hate certain aspects of your body. You have one of them actually. I was looking through it, and it says you need to have a year of
Suffering.
basically a year of suffering in your
1 year blinding stew.
in your relationships, your work, or your school. You have to have
1 year
like
blinding
a
stew minimum
feeling
requirement.
that is bad for like a certain amount of time, which is like. Why is that like a requirement for
That's crazy. I don't
diagnosis?
need a year of knowing I have fucking blood cancer.
Like, yeah, for some people it's really
But I
hard
feel like
to
that's one of the
tell.
issues, though, right? Because now if I told you, like, what if gender dysphoria, right, wasn't a diagnosis,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It didn't have a name. Therefore, you could not ostracize people who are gender dysphoric because there's no name for the term. There's no othering to be done. And instead,
Yeah.
that is just the state of their mind. Therefore, to treat the mind, you can, by proxy, treat the body. Because a dysphoria is an interesting diagnosis. Treating the body does treat the mind in that sense, which is not always true, right? If you're schizophrenic, there's no amount of cold medicine or hormones you can give them.
But the thing
you can never
about
treat
it-
the mind there.
But the thing about it is that it differs from person to person so drastically that the argument often...
But the diagnosis is pointless then, right?
But the argument is often, well, we do have limited resources, in theory. So if there needs to be some basis to give some people medication and some people not have it. Because obviously, if I walked into a doctor's office, I was like, hey, can I have Adderall? He
So
wouldn't
that's
give me
also-
Adderall, right? He'd be like, oh, do you have like some sort of
You can buy
diagnosis?
Adderall at TikTok shop.
Anyways, the same argument could be made for like estrogen or testosterone. Testosterone, you can say whatever you want, but it is a controlled substance in some places. So there's an argument to be made
Yeah.
that you need to have a prescription before, or you need to have some sort of diagnosis. But you get to a good point. Why is there a need for the person, for treating the person exactly, to tell them or to have a doctor agree with them, right? Because people usually know what they're going through to some to some sense.
Another argument Cezanne makes that's really interesting is he talks a lot about how a big part of diagnosis leads a lot to control over a person that they wouldn't have without the diagnosis, right? If you're a normal person, there's less control over you by like governments, doctors, people, than if you were like a psychopath. And you had if you're a non-violent psychopath, and I go to someone and I tell you I'm a psychopath, the first thing you're going to think about is Dexter Morgan, right? It's because, well, no, but think about all the media, right?
Yeah.
All the media. You have American Psycho, you have fucking Dexter Morgan, you have all of the fucking, like, have like some of the Saw movies. Some people become like psychopathic. You have fucking Amanda Young. You have all these people in media who are depicted as like deranged serial killer psychopaths. When in reality, like a lot of psychopaths are not violent.
I forget what the statistics are, but a lot, like,
There's a lot of psychopaths.
it's a small percentage of the population, but a percent point is like 100 million people. If you like accept the population, it's like somewhere around 8 or 9 million.
Which apparently might not be, which is fucking crazy.
You're dating it once again. This is old news. Old news.
I'm not dating it.
Anyways,
Today is, what, July 19th?
you just dated it. You just dated it. That's fine.
Around 10 p.m.
Anyways, I don't know. It's an interesting case. I don't think there's a lot to get into when it comes to diagnosing people in general, and it's hard to think about the psychology of all of these things because we live in a society. We live in a world where medication, especially in Canada and America, which is where we live, is
Canada and America, we're right on the border.
is a place that believes highly in the hyper medicalization of illnesses.
Which in a sense is a form of government control.
Yeah,
Quite interesting.
we recently and are currently going through like a fentanyl crisis, and so people are questioning, oh, should we be prescribing this nearly as much? Blah 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 blah. But it's impossible to ignore that we don't live within a hyper medicalized society, and so
Also, don't live in a vacuum, you know. Like, just because you give the guy who needs the drugs doesn't mean that nobody else will get them. And it doesn't mean that it will, like, end wonderfully for that person.
it's a good question whether or not to assess whether or not you should be giving certain people medication, but sometimes that can be very harmful because there's bias in the medical industry. People like to think of doctors as infallible, but that's not true. Doctors are racist, doctors are sexist, doctors are homophobic, doctors are
People.
People.
Which is a problem.
and
They
have
should be
flaws just
AI.
like anyone
I feel like that would end better for us.
They're gonna get fucking swatted.
Get the
If you
get
say,
the robo doctor
if
in
you
here.
say both of those
Okay,
letters
no.
in conjunction.
Would you rather have RoboCop as your doctor or fucking Joe Schmo, who hates black people?
I would rather have
RoboCop doesn't hate black people.
Dr. House as my doctor.
He hates
Yeah, but
Jewish people in some episodes.
didn't he like save everybody that he like?
He did. Well, no. He actually 3 patients died, I think.
What a bastard!
There were some people he just
In that
couldn't help.
realistic medical documentary, not drama, documentary. Totally realistic.
More tongue
I'm
finger.
fine.
Okay.
Anyways, that was a bit of a tangent. But it's important to the world that we live in. You sort of ignored what I was talking
Sky was
about.
falling.
But
I didn't know what you were talking about, bitch.
you did. The original thing was how the fuck do you motivate yourself to do things, right?
We're talking about hobbies, which is what the book I was reading.
That's kind of a hobby. It's more just like your school.
I
Whatever.
read books anyway.
How do you motivate yourself to do things, and how do you deal with times in which you don't do the things that you want to do,
Honestly,
and you just kind of shit at life?
this like probably isn't a strategy that holds up, like at all. But if I don't feel like doing something that day, and I can't bring myself to do it, like I actually cannot force myself to do it that day, for whatever reason, I just don't do it. Because eventually, I'm going to need to.
Yeah.
You are sort of like racing with oblivion there,
So-
where you're like waiting until it's needed to be done, then you do it. But
That is something that I have noticed for sure. Definitely when it comes to motivation, there are levels like
eventually, you will need to do it.
it's an ebb and flow, like a fucking.
And you will start
perfect
feeling worse
sinusoidal
the closer you get to the deadline.
I get into like times where I'm like super motivated to do certain things, and then I go into the crashing period where I'm fucking doing terribly. I'm not doing any of my work. I'm like I'm super unmotivated, and I want to.
You gotta level it.
I
as
want to
much
jump
as
off
you
of
can.
not a bridge, a parkade. Dramatic. But that sucks so much. Those down periods really fucking suck. So I'd rather bring up the big periods where I'm super motivated to everything, like bring that down, to have a constant level of just like regularly doing things that I enjoy and feel productive. But for some reason, I mean I know most of the reasons, but for some reason, I just keep on doing the things that are not productive.
Well-
like right now.
They're fun.
They're fun, but they're so not useless, but they're like
Well-
not helpful to me actually like progressing anything that I actually enjoy.
I mean, like me watching fucking me doom scrolling is not helpful in any way. It's actually
Me
solely
staying
useless.
Up to date on all of the drama does not give me fulfillment. It makes me feel bad about myself. And so,
And since we
how-
started with small talk, that means I get my one. And you know where we're
you already had your small talk.
No, I get my topic now. You know
Well,
where
wait, no, we're
we're
you
done
can't
with
just
small talk.
interrupt the
Done with small
topic.
talk. Where we're going? We're going into drama. YouTube drama. And I want to talk about pirate Parkade. I'm very upset. I have so much to say.
This is the topic where I go non-verbal for a whole fucking 20 minutes.
You know what? Okay. In order to respect my co-host, Podcast Pal 1, all I will say is fuck pirate software and support Stop Killing Games. That's all I'm going to say.
There's not really much most people can do to support it right now.
If
It's
they're
kind
in
of
the EU,
doing its rounds.
If they're in the EU,
What are they
sign
going
the
to do?
petition.
Just, it's been signed.
some things will be thrown out. A lot of things get thrown out. Like if you spell your name wrong, they throw out your petition signature.
Well,
Like if you, and a lot of people like apply twice. They're not in the EU. They're a lot of signatures get thrown out. Still sign it if you can. If you're in the EU, still sign it. And if you're not in the EU, talk to somebody who is and convince them.
but yeah. So, I don't know. How do you motivate yourself? How do you motivate yourself? What have you been doing recently, and what have you not been doing? That's the most important thing. And why have you not been doing it?
I've been reading, not nearly as much as I do. I have a midterm on the 22nd.
So in 3 days?
Yes. And on that midterm,
That's the luck.
by the time that midterm hits, I should have read about 100 pages of The Myth of Sisyphus by Albert Camus. And
Sounds like a fun book.
it's very fun. It's actually very interesting. It goes hand in hand with Cézanne in the
We
sense
can make
that...
a fucking ARG with this shit. Maybe these numbers mean something.
Yeah, 216. There's 250 in there and 270 in there.
So if you add up all of the numbers together, if you put them all together in a YouTube URL, they link to a secret video that...
How did we do that?
We're really lucky. They link to a secret video that shows all the secrets of the Parkade
Yeah,
Palace.
it's just me full goatee into the camera.
That's good. For the Patreon.
Okay, sorry. Myth of Sisyphus by Albert.
You haven't been reading. That's the
It's
point.
spelled Camus, so in English it's Camus, but he's French, so I believe it's Camus.
Okay.
But it's an interesting book.
So why have you not been reading?
I've not been reading because reading is fucking boring. I'm just not in the mood to read, man.
Reading's fine. I like reading.
And
I don't do it.
before this podcast started, I got here early to start reading The Myth of Mental Illness and continuing through my
How did
reading
that
of that. Because I need to be done like 2 chapters of it. It's like 50 pages or so. And then I need like 100 pages of commit. And I feel like if I didn't read anything, I could still do fine on the midterm, personally. But I'd
that's not the
rather
point.
know because the final, I absolutely will need to know about the books to do correctly. And it's not like the final's far away. Like it's in August. It's not very far.
It's coming up. I guess, but that's more like school related than ours. Like school is
I mean, I'm never.
right?
I don't know. I don't feel the need to be super motivated to do my hobby. Because if they're not interesting, I'm not going to do them. The whole point is that there's something that's like enjoyable and interesting.
Well, but
And if I don't find them enjoyable and interesting, I'm not going to do them.
well, that's what's so interesting. I do enjoy certain hobbies. I find them interesting and I find them enjoyable. Yet, why is it so hard to get myself to do them? Why?
It's easier to just doom scroll.
It is,
Right.
but that can't always be the answer. There are
I
times
feel like it
where
is
I'm
always the
feeling,
answer, though.
Hurt and sad and depressed, and I want to just do something that's enjoyable, but I can't find the mirth to suck out. And honestly,
Well,
maybe what I'm getting at is, like, whenever you're doing something, like, it's easy to, like, just say, oh, you need motivation, right? You need just, like a muse or something to motivate yourself.
you need a mistress.
But that's not, like,
The Lady of the
always
Night.
super realistic. when it comes to doing things, sometimes it's enough to just say,
Keep going.
do it.
They're after us. We're loitering. We're not
Okay, well the audio's gonna be so shit.
That's fine. Keep talking. Talk over them.
They're not gonna be able to hear us. I think they were just stuck in the intersection. To be very honest.
There's 3 EMS fans. Somebody's fucking dead.
Anyways, I lost my train of thought. But what I was getting at is, like, yes, motivation is a factor, but it's not like, sometimes you just need to do things, you know? Sometimes you just need to, whether or not you have an idea.
You just need to start sometimes. I feel like sometimes you forget how enjoyable it is, right? Like, when it comes to web design, coding HTML, it's like really awful because, I don't know. Sometimes you just hit a wall. It's like there's just stuff, and it's like super difficult to do. It's really annoying. It's irritating. You're not having fun, and so you don't do it. But then you're stuck in like a form of limbo where you have 2 options, right? Whether you never do it again. You have 3 options. You never do it again.
Yeah.
You switch projects and do something entirely different, but then you'll inevitably hit a wall in that project and you'll never finish anything. Or you just like suck it up and do it until it becomes fun again. And I feel like that's the point of like hobbies. Eventually, like joy meets discipline in a way, where eventually you get to that point where it's like really annoying to keep doing shit.
But there is something to also be said about, like, hobbies aren't fun if you just, like, randomly do something. But, like, if you don't have any ideas for what pages to build on your website, or, like, how you want it to be formatted, then it won't be fun if you just go into the fucking code platform and just type a bunch of code, you know? You have to have goals. And sometimes it can be really hard to find those goals, to motivate yourself to make new goals, or to find what you want to do next. What's the new project, right? What's the new big thing? So sometimes that can also be an issue. And honestly, I don't have most of the answers. If I did, I wouldn't be struggling with this right now, and I probably wouldn't be talking about it, to be entirely honest. But it's a hard thing to live in. But I think, honestly,
Think I can flip the LCD display to face us?
I don't think there's much point, but yes, you could.
We're a little far away. But.
Anyways, but honestly, I think at the heart of this is like, well, the number one best thing that you can do is plan. Like, if you're doing a hobby, what do you want out of it? Is it like something that is like you want to be doing regularly? Is it something that you want a certain product out of it? Is it something that, whatever the hell? What do you want, and when, like, do you want to improve your skills on something? And if so, is there like a certain time frame that you want to do it? If there is, perfect. Plan days where you're just gonna like partially work on your hobby. Plan time frames. Set aside literal hours of the day to do it, and maybe that'll help you motivate yourself. But honestly, just set aside time to do stuff instead of just like sitting in your bed.
I'm gonna play Clash. I'm gonna play Clash.
Fucking people when they download Clash on their phone.
I love Clash. So you know.
Said no one ever. Anyway.
Playing minor wall breakers, you know?
And honestly, that's kind of the part that I'm struggling with. I am a photographer. I like taking pictures of things, which, hey, once I get the site up, might be what you guys get to see.
It will be a link
in the
if it's
description.
ever done.
Podcast Pal 1, my real name will be on that website, but don't
I
tell
can't
anyone.
link my project because it's illegal.
He sells meth. Anyways.
You're not true, but
So you can access it at meth, free to access. The 2 is a literal 2.com.
yep. And there's
Or
a dollar
.gov.
sign at
Dot
the end
gov.
as well.
I got the .gov fucking.
Yeah, I managed to get .ca.
Anyways, and I've been struggling to figure ideas for stuff that I want to photograph. But honestly, I should probably tomorrow would be a good time. Just go outside. Go somewhere. Take pictures of something. There's gotta be interesting stuff to take pictures of, right? It was easy with my photography course,
Well,
which
I feel
took
like
here.
I feel like
because-
one of the solutions is like lower your standards. You know, like
Yeah.
you're not every photo you take is going to be like crazy. Just take pictures.
I don't have standards, but the thing is, like,
At all?
in my
Do you want me to go full goatee again?
in my previous course, I took pictures for the assignments, and each assignment had a general idea that I had to conform to. Like, oh, today we're doing double exposures. Here's your assignment on double exposures. So I had to create ideas within that framework. Part of the issue I'm coming in,
What if I give you a framework?
well, the issue is what frameworks, right?
Well, I'll just look up like.
Photography things.
Yeah, well, I mean, like there's a wiki somewhere, surely.
The thing is, that's kind of the road that I was going to go down. I was just going to pick something that was going to be my project. But the issue is, I don't really know enough about photography, and honestly, that would probably be fixed by just being more in the community, which I think is at the heart of what a lot of like issues of hobbies can be with. It's really easy to do a hobby if all of your friends also do the hobby, right?
I guess.
That isn't
I
realistic for a
honestly
lot of
really like the quality of this camera, although it's like objectively bad, right? Like resolution-wise, it is objectively bad.
Mm-hmm.
There's something charming about the whole like grain.
I think you feel similarly that way as I do towards film, like physical film. The quality is like worse actively, but like it has a feeling that you don't quite get with digital cameras.
The reason we're filming on the 2010 Handycam is like one of two things, right? Because like, one, your camera can go over the limit. However, I had a Canon camera that can go over the limit, I believe.
Talking about fucking filming. Whoa. That's a cool hobby. Podcasting. Guys, I talk to a camera. Whoa.
Yeah. This guy's got a problem today. But like, one of the issues was, I had many cameras to choose from. One of them was a VHS camera that I did not pick, but I have. We can film with that one day.
That would be actually so
I
lit.
don't know how to get. I think it has an HDD.
Really?
I think it has a hard disk on it.
Why would it record to a
Because you
VHS?
can put a fucking cartridge in it.
That's funny. I did not know about this beforehand. Anyways.
But the reason I filmed with this is because I think the quality of the camera is really interesting. I think it feels like we're more friends, you know? It's like more friendly.
There's an entire community on YouTube who film on shit equipment like this. Like,
Albert.
sure.
Fuck with Albert.
Don't know who fucking Albert is.
If they're watching and they know ball, they know ball. Albert.
Anyways, there's another creator that I see, that I think just does like, is like in like a dance YouTube. You know, like how people dance as a hobby, like how people do that. But they do it, but they record it like, they made it look like it was a video made in like 2005.
Hey?
This is not from 2005.
2010. I was 5 when
this
my
is-
dad purchased
I
and
know-
used this camera.
This is so much better
Really?
than anything that was available in 2005. Definitely. The
Anything mainstream, yes.
The technology
Yeah, 100%.
fucking curved like a lot.
Anything mainstream in 2005? Yeah. Like, obviously, I mean, if you had like $1,000, you could fix it. But.
Nonetheless, it's hard sometimes. But honestly, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna set aside days that I'm gonna use for photography, and I'm gonna shoot pictures, and you're gonna see them. You're gonna go down to the comments. You're gonna scroll like the little fucking goblin you are.
Fucking
You're
Google
gonna be
Doc. You're gonna go. You're gonna click.
"Oh,
This podcast sucks," and then you're gonna click the description, and you're gonna see the Google Doc, and right under it, 'cause it's less important, this motherfucker's website. All right. Fuck you.
Are you putting it in the Google Doc?
No, we're putting it in the description next to you. I just said that.
Anyways, but yeah,
Doesn't listen.
check it out. I take pictures, and I like the pictures that I take, and it's fun.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's really all I wanted to talk about with hobbies. That's the big
Maybe you
thing.
should get off YouTube and go do one, bitch. Anyways.
Yeah, that's really all I want to talk about with hobbies. They're hard, but they're so worth it. When you have a good hobby that you really like, the action of doing it is so fun. And honestly, if nothing else, having a hobby is fucking awesome to talk to people about your hobby. It's so much easier to make friends if they're like, oh hey, what have you been up to recently? And you just go off on like an hour-long tangent.
Okay, well maybe don't do that if you want to make friends.
That's what this fucking show is about.
We're not making friends. We are friends already.
That's also gonna be deafening when you fucking look at that. I yelled. Meow. Okay.
That should sync up the audio for y'all. If we
yeah.
decide to use this one instead of that one. It's already synced. The meow. What do you think the clap is for? Like, let's just get to the bottom of this.
Okay, you're cutting this out. You have to cut this out
No,
because we're
no.
revealing the man behind the bit. That clap thing is what people do. This is a real thing when they want to sync up external audio sources.
So why are you doing it? Because
I did this.
me meowing into the mic has video and has audio. It's already done.
I did that on the previous video recording because we only had one source of video and one source of audio, so it made no fucking sense at all to do that.
Yeah.
And so I'm just gonna keep on doing it for the rest of this.
We might get a log.
We didn't specify. This is like a year-long project. We're doing this week.
Well, it's in the Constitution. It's in the description.
But no one's actually gonna read that. That's the entire.
Cowards.
Yeah, well, it's Google Docs. It's gonna get fucking wiped with the destruction of the internet in 7.5 years.
Okay, well, fine. We'll fucking ink it on the printing press. Fucking John
We should,
Adams
honestly.
over here.
There is something, and I think there's a big turn in our generation specifically, and also the millennial generation, to
Physical media ownership.
not honestly just physical media, a turn towards that's campus security.
I'm sure they're still.
Yeah, a turn towards
might get
physical.
shafted. They're not turning this way.
Cool.
Hallelujah.
A turn towards more analog media, old media, like recording and doing projects with old media. I myself have a very big interest in film and everything, and find that as a sort of like really helpful thing, sort of look at, right? So I don't know, yeah. I've been really interested in that, and I think there's a big turn towards that, like what you were talking about with really old cameras, right? I think there's a big interest towards doing that in specific.
I honestly don't know if it's like nostalgia for like old film and like that nice grain that you have. Because that's what I talked about. And there is like a feeling of nostalgia behind it, but I think it just has a nice look. I think it's more casual, right? Like if we filmed this and it was fucking crisp, XQC 4K, fucking several $1,000 camera, like ring light in the fucking back. You know, like it kind of suck. I feel like because
Well, okay.
super high production quality is kind of lame. I feel like low production quality is very charming.
Well, yeah, and I think that does kind of get to the point with this sort of like move
I'm also broke.
towards it. Is there is a charm to it, but I mean, I think it's mostly a byproduct of the hyper. I shouldn't use hyper as much as I have been using it, but the industrialization of how the internet has been.
Stuck in my teeth.
Right? With like projects getting bigger and bigger, and like with the Mr. Beastification.
Yeah.
videos,
Photoshop my teeth to make fucking white in the thumbnail. Bitch ass
people-
motherfucker.
Don't like that as much because it feels artificial. It doesn't feel real, right? And
It's just slop. It's just slop.
I
Slop
will say,
all the way down.
I don't personally vibe a lot with the romanticizing of the early internet type thing. Like I think that was a thing for a reason, but like
I totally fuck with it.
it's not like it existed that way because technology was bad and had very clear and specific limitations, right? And like that's cool and all, but I don't think that inherently means it's more real, right? I think that just means like if we had that technology today, I feel like the internet would still be the way that it is with like web, everybody having their own websites and stuff like that. If technology somehow never progressed, I feel like that.
I read
would be
a
what it is.
manifesto from somebody online.
Yep.
And they were a website maker, and it's really interesting. Because their manifesto was about fighting back against corporations by making your own websites. Right? The independent person used to be the leader of the internet, right? Like, if you think about it. every site. Well, no, think about the biggest sites now. It was an independent project. YouTube was an independent project. It's the biggest site now by far, right? Alongside things like Facebook and like Twitter, Instagram. Like social medias now are massive company conglomerates, and they run the internet.
Yeah.
Right, and like as far as it goes, there's no real way to punch back, unless you make your own site and find some sort of success in like a corner somewhere, or just try and create a little bit of that like old internet back. Because before, it was really much more casual. Actually, I think I talked about something similar to this, where he said the whole Mr. Beast thing that he didn't like was. He said, Mr. Beast ruined YouTube, which I thought was really funny. Because it's true.
I mean, okay. What I want to get at is...
To be fair, I think it was already being ruined. I think Mr. Beast is just a byproduct that is the last nail in the coffin.
What I want to get at is that I think this is mostly because of how, like, spaces in life work, right? You could go into a lot of different creative pursuits, but the reality is that like website design and like the early internet was a creative pursuit, but every single creative pursuit in some way gets like monetized in some way, gets industrialized.
It's the end point.
People give money to have it be created, and so companies who can industrialize highly, who can put a lot of money into it, also do that because people like consuming that, right? So if people like consuming certain website content, then they will, certain companies who have way more money will just make more of it at a decent quality and be able to push it forward a lot, right? And so I don't necessarily think that that's bad. I think that it's a reality of like capitalist societies that we live in, right? Especially if your market is unregulated, right? There are some cases where if you regulate how these things grow, you restrict certain parts of it, you force caps on how big companies can grow. That won't happen, right? In some cases. I don't think that's true for everything. But in terms of like the internet, there's going to be monopolies, right? There's going to be websites that people always want to go to.
There's already monopolies,
that's
like all
where
things considered.
But what YouTube does that I like that other platforms don't necessarily do is that basically all of its like monetization is in the form of creative content, right? Mr. Beast, you can hate on him all you want.
Don't call it creative, because it's not.
It is creative.
Really? After his 19th last to leave circle gets fucking $4 gagillion is creative? Really?
It is.
It is literally last to exit X place gets X amount of money.
It's reusing content, yes, I know. But it is at the most bare bones level of definition creative.
The same way like AI is creative.
Not in the same way, because they're actual. For some of the processes,
I don't think Mr. Beast is a fucking person. First of all,
humans involved in the creation process.
Mr. Beast is a fucking android sent by Amazon.
If you accept YouTube content as art, which there's an entire art history discussion to be, or not art history, entire art.
There's just a
philosophical
contemporary art
really
discussion to be said. What
discussion
is art
that be had about that. But if you do consider it art, then, or if you do consider YouTube content art, then that also would fit under that.
I think this is art. I don't.
Yeah, you could consider that if you want. I mean,
if you want to be wrong,
but yeah, I don't know. I appreciate like physical media in terms of like what it was and how it got us to certain places. But romanticizing like an earlier point in history is something that I think can be dangerous in some aspects.
There's a level of problem to not wanting to move on, or to not wanting to progress.
Exactly.
There's a large issue with that, but I don't think this is that, right? Because, in a sense, if you knew progression would lead you down a path where companies control all aspects of this infinitely useful and like versatile creative medium, if you wanted to walk yourself down that, would you turn around? Like if you knew the end point, because right now we're seeing the end point. We're seeing the Mr. Beastification and the fucking corporatization of all of this, and we've been seeing it for a very long time now. AI videos, companies are now using AI for fucking everything, because flesh and blood is fucking cringe. Like, I'll be real. Flesh and fucking person is cringe. Okay? Computer, awesome. Right? You know, computer is based. So, you get to the point where flesh and blood sucks. They don't listen to you. They're stubborn. They need breaks. It's bullshit. Pay the fucking robot guy to... Don't even pay the robot guy to do it. He doesn't have payment structured into his fucking brain. He doesn't get it. And it's like...
I actually, this is...
There's so many large problems with it. I mean, I'd honestly turn back. Honestly. Like, if I knew the end goal, there's so much, right, that goes into it that's good and bad. I think it's mostly bad.
Okay, you know what? I'll put this out there, though. I know you aren't someone who, like, primarily makes, like, creative videos and everything.
No. This is my first one.
But, I'm sure there would be a lot of people, because, like, in back, way at the genesis of YouTube, around where the time you're talking about existed, there wasn't a discrete, like, or there wasn't a defined functional way to make money on the internet.
No.
There were, like, you could sell things on
Google
the internet.
AdSense, like
That's
when
what
Google
eBay,
AdSense
like,
first
did.
dropped, that
But
shit was crazy.
advertising on the internet was something that really nobody, like,
Companies didn't do it was like
fully
usually
went
like
into.
independent fucking scammers.
So-
like people who want to put viruses on your shit.
Someone
to advertise.
who makes a living off of YouTube and makes a living not only just like making content, but being creative, like making video essays and other stuff like that. I'm sure they wouldn't want to turn back, even in the slightest, because then that entire like bubble that we have here is gone.
Well, it depends on how far back you want to walk, really, right? Because if like, I don't know, there's a problem with it. Because I feel like 10 years in the future, this is going to be a lot harder, right? Right now, YouTube being free is insane. Like, from a functional standpoint, YouTube being not paid is insane. Because server costs are tremendous. Video hosting is an almost biblical feat. Like, it's impossible to actually manage to do. It is stupid expensive. And I mean, it helps that they have Google, and it helps that they have a huge nest egg in this big company. Mm-hmm. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, if it's not free, people are going to stop doing it. Yeah. And they're just going to start closing that bubble to those who can afford it. Yeah. You're going to raise that barrier to entry. It's not going to be very fun. Hello?
Hi.
Is there an issue?
My name is with Campus Security. There's no issue. I'm just wondering if you're a student or staff member.
Oh, we're students. We have our IDs if you want.
And this one is fine.
Just one is fine. Like,
You guys filming something here? Oh, what kind of project?
We're filming a little podcast.
we're just filming with this because we don't want to film with that.
Interesting. Nice. Yeah, it's pretty actually. I like that, but I don't know.
I wish we could be there. I wish we could have the city in the back.
Imagine if it's raining like daytime and you can see everything and there's like rain out there.
tried to start on the roof, was where we tried last time, but now it's raining. We'd like to go to the roof. There's no overhang.
You can still go because if you.
Yeah, well, it's sort of raining.
It's raining. Yeah, it's not worth it. You don't see it.
Super old.
Yeah, you can't see anything. Yeah.
Maybe we'll let other times not really get closer to when it stops raining. Hopefully soon.
I'll let you guys be. All right. Take care. Sounds good. Just be safe. Have a good night. Take care.
Thank you very much. You too.
We're keeping that in.
Yeah, sure. Keeping it in. It's content.
Okay. I've got enough.
Oh, yeah. Sir, do you want us to remove you from the video? You weren't on the camera, but... You weren't on the camera, but do you mind if we keep your voice in, or do you want us to get rid of it?
Oh, you're good.
We're good? Okay. Thank you. Had to make sure. I want to be polite. They are campus security. You just have to stay here overnight. Poor guy.
Poor guy. Well, he probably thinks that's to the entire house. Anyways, we were talking about the enshittification of YouTube.
The enshittification, yes.
I don't like that shit. I actually don't. But
I think it's funny because
So, okay.
Wait. Okay, so we're gonna go a little over time here because I want to rant about something.
Oh, we don't have a time limit.
I guess. So the goal was 1 hour, but we might go over. So I think that YouTube can be best summarized on what the problems with it are, and what's going on literally right now with pirate software, and I will show you how and why. Pirate software is a fake fraud. Okay.
You can tell that you're passionate about it because you stepped down from your podium.
Closer to the camera. Pirate software is a fake and a fraud, okay? And the reason I know that pirate software is a fake and a fraud is because of the countless amounts of YouTube videos explaining it. First of all. Second, his job history is wrong. Everything about what he says he does is invalid. It's very contradictory. He's a host unto himself, and he is cancer. I'm kidding. He's bad, though. But him, the idea that any fucking weirdo freak can just sit there and lie to the audience and spread falsehoods and generate profit off of being a fucking snake oil bitch, okay, is disgusting to me. And yes, that existed in the old internet. However, now, it's like, he's basically a fucking corporation, right? Think about it. All his content funnels into his non-existent game, and
The nice people at home. You're not convincing me, you're convincing them.
all of his content funnels towards the shitty, non-existent game. Second, all of the content that doesn't funnel into a shitty, non-existent game goes straight into either him doing bullshit on stream, reacting to videos, reading donations, not coding like he says he does, or fucking funneling garbage into Monday, who is a whole other shit, by the way. Funneling into Ludwig's publishing agency, which made Rivals 2, which is actually a pretty good game. But Ludwig himself, a fucking awful person, all things considered. I really don't like these big heads of like YouTube drama. They sit here and they fucking, on their ivory tower, they've already made all their money, so they can just give whatever grass is green take they want. They'll go nowhere. Bullshit. And he's just a byproduct of a disgusting, corporatized internet.
So,
Bitch.
remember something that I did want to have to say about YouTube. I think that this is something that has its benefits, but also has its downsides. It's like any technology that has been progressing in the past age. I feel like this is something that I'm kind of stealing from some other video that I watched. But every generation had their like big, like really big tech advancement
thing,
that they lived through.
The wheel.
Like millennials
The fire,
experienced
you know.
primarily during their like 20s and everything.
The Bronze Age.
Of the internet, right? The internet just showing up, the new internet, everything like that. They experienced that primarily. Our generation experienced social media mostly. That was the big technology thing that we had, right? And
Imagine what it would have felt
or
like
well, actually,
to just wake up one day and the fucking internet exists. That's fucking insane.
well, it was a slow, gradual shift. But like for a lot of people who,
But, like, fundamentally,
got
like-
like a new Windows computer, we're like, "Whoa, this is crazy."
Windows wasn't a thing back
You can
then.
press two
Parody.
buttons. You can press two buttons,
Got
and then
that
I go
first.
to the internet.
It's like,
Anyways, not the point.
it's such an insane
And like,
shit.
Gen Alpha is probably going to be dealing with AI as
Oh,
like,
yeah.
as technology like further expands. But like, there's always these things that you like experience. I think genuinely though, like with all of these new advancements, there's good things and there's bad things. With the genesis of the internet, that founded like that was the big thing there. The big problem was like people funneling money into it and then it like failing, like the .com bubble, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the big thing. Then there was also
Invest in the internet. But like, look where it's fucking led us, man.
Social
Investing in the
media-
internet has led us to hell.
social media is bad because it like messes with people socially and like does a lot of things. And AI is bad for reasons we probably don't even understand yet. To be entirely honest,
Yeah,
it's
the
probably
reasons we
bad.
think of now are like probably
very
surface
rudimentary,
level, like
right?
grade 10 social in 40 years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is like the whole, like,
But
It's
each
the
of
whole
these
problem.
also have great aspects to them. With the early internet, information becoming
Yeah.
accessible across the world, communication with people you never could have communicated with before. Awesome things. Social media.
Impossible to.
Social media has its downsides, but it's so beneficial when
Well, I'll tell
spreading.
you another upside is
creativity.
you can no longer hide the truth. Like as a government, all things considered, you can try to hide the truth, but it's so much more difficult.
Well-
unless like, no. Think about how hard it was.
A bad government doesn't hide.
Even quote unquote good at hiding the truth governments. You know how fucking much of the U.S.'s shit gets leaked? You know, like so much by War Thunder players in specific, and only War Thunder players.
What I mean is like the 1984 idea is if you keep your entire thing like uncivilized, if you keep your entire country uncivilized and weak, they can't seek out information.
No,
So like
but
North Korea is a good one for that.
that is true. But like,
They don't have like widespread internet and or food.
yeah, no, with food problem,
So like not a lot of truth spreading there.
man.
I shouldn't.
Kim Jong Un
So I
walks in
shouldn't
and they just turn.
There,
He
there
just
are actual communities and actual good aspects of North Korea. If you look into it, it's not.
odd take. I know.
Well, it's very.
I mean, they're a fucking country that works, so
it's
they have to have something.
Very stigmatized by the propaganda the U.S.
Yeah.
that the U.S. has spread, but there are some there's some bad aspects to North Korea.
Bold take.
But there's
Bold,
also
bold
some
and niche. That's what you come here for. The really bold takes that you can't find anywhere.
Well, yeah, I'm on the left.
And I'm on the right. We're gonna flip this in
I like-
post.
I like how you said that you weren't the tech guy, but what have you been talking about basically
Tech.
this entire time?
Okay, last video we were being designated roles that I didn't fuck with, and apparently I'm the tech guy, and you're what, like gay or something?
No, I didn't have a role. That was the bait.
No,
You're the tech
that's
guy,
never
and
role.
I'm,
I'm the tech guy. So I
and
get to
I'm
talk
just
about tech.
the.
Computery guy.
Anyways,
Stop killing games will not affect your DRM.
so-
Pirate
okay.
software, fuck you.
I will say that you can't
We
look
should stop
At the
calling
bad.
people out.
with the good.
Being mean.
You have to look at them at both times. But I genuinely do think that the problem that we came through with like with social media really rising to like a corporate status, it did have some really good effects. Like certain charity prospects never would have happened if social media did not
Let me
exist.
check the recording.
Every time I say a point,
We're good. You keep
I
talking.
get into
Keep talking.
like there's certain things never would have happened. A lot of games that exist now,
No.
never. Indie games as a
Hideo
like a
Kojima.
thing
Hideo Kojima, I
probably
love
wouldn't
you.
be a thing if social media didn't exist because it's so hard to market those things. The internet as a marketable platform, we would miss out on so much if we went back,
Yeah.
which is originally what we were
Yeah.
talking about. So I wouldn't want to go back because we would be missing out on
I guess you might be right. I mean, I don't want to go back far, but
You wouldn't have indie games. You wouldn't have
I'd
fucking.
rather instead of going forward, maybe we like turn left.
I wouldn't.
Like maybe we don't.
I wouldn't have figured
Keep
out that
marching
I'm
to
that
do.
thing that starts with a T that I'll hint at, but I won't ever confirm. I wouldn't know. Hey,
Just want to like make that.
I wouldn't
I
figure
don't
out
think
that
you
I
can see
wouldn't
that
have
in the
figured
camera.
out that I was that thing, not that liberal
Yeah,
thing,
not such a
without
T.
the internet,
You don't
without
wanna know.
social media.
You don't want to know what it is because it's not what you think it is. It's what I think it is.
Well, we want to keep this a non-partisan.
Non-partisan.
You know what that means? Not
That's what-
spoken to any party. That's what lawyers are usually. They're supposed to be non-partisan, so they don't follow any specific party. They're not political. They're apolitical. This
You're
is an
political,
apolitical
though.
podcast, and
we
we
guess
have
what? Who's on the left?
we have no political
Fucking
opinions.
idiots.
It would be funny if we have no political opinions, but the way that we achieve that is by being polar opposites.
It does neutralize, right? Because if you hear both viewpoints,
So we're apolitical.
I don't think that gay people, just in general, that's not true.
But yeah,
I love you.
so no,
my drag queen.
going back would be bad. But I do support using the tools that we have now to do things that were popular in the past, like doing film photography.
This.
Like, kind of. I mean,
I mean, people used to make home video like a lot. This is basically home video. This is basically
I
home
did-
video.
I made home
We're not
video.
at home unless I sleep here.
I had
but,
a really shitty old DSLR camera, and and I would take it around and film videos with my brother, and we would just make really stupid videos, and then my mom and dad entertained it by playing it, like putting them on a USB and playing them on the TV. They were so shit. So
You still have them?
No, well, I probably, but I have no idea where they are.
There's some videos of me on like the camcorder, or at least not anymore, but there were
Yeah,
before
'cause you erased all of the memories.
I moved them to an external. My dad would fucking blow a gasket if I got rid of them. He'd have a fucking aneurysm and die. But I moved them off of the camera onto an external, and I looked through them while waiting for you to get here while the camera was charging. I was just looking through the videos I had, and there's so many from like points of my life that I don't even remember, and I'm like,
Really?
it's
because you're
2010. It was a 2010 like video. I was
remember when
5. You do? I don't. I was apparently like at some school event, and I was like singing or something. The fuck? Do I look like I'd sing at a school?
You've gone full circle. You started out as like a whimsical child, then you had like a
The fuck?
then you had like 10 years of just
I
being
had
like
one
an
cigarette.
asshole,
I had one
of
cigarette.
just being like a terrible person, and now you're back on your whimsy arc.
I'm always whimsical.
You weren't for a very
I'm
long
whimsical
time.
as fuck, dude. But
Anyways,
I will say though, I did skip my grade 9 graduation because I told my mom I didn't want to sing on stage because I thought the song was corny.
wait, you're grade 9? I was there.
No, sorry, my
Yeah.
grade 6.
Yeah.
My grade 6 graduation.
There we
I did
go.
not miss my grade 9.
We're also like children, by the way.
Yeah, I'm 19 and
I'm
they're
20.
like 12 or something. I don't know.
I'm 20.
That's not true.
I just turned 20 yesterday. And we're not dating it, so I'm not gonna say when.
It was yesterday, and I earlier said that this is July 19th.
Stop
Your
dating it.
birthday is July 18th. They're 19th.
I'm going to edit it, and I'm going
I'm
to...
editing it. You don't have the fucking file. What are you gonna edit, pussy?
I'm gonna kill you.
What are you gonna fucking take?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, did you have anything you wanted to talk about? Like
I
anything
just wanted to bring up that I
Any
skipped my
topics?
grade 6 graduation
Any
because I thought the
topics?
song we had to sing was so corny. So I begged my mom to not take me that day,
I think
and she
there was-
listened. She didn't take me.
There was a song on like Kanye's graduation like album that I think
yeah.
one of the kids was in for my grade 6 graduation was like hell bent on like we have to have this as the song. It never happened.
What song? Graduation's a big album. What song on the album?
I don't remember, but I remember they tried to get the music teacher to do it because it was on the album Graduation or something. I don't
So why was a kid in grade 6 listening to Kanye?
I don't know. Okay, grade 6 children are not like these innocent.
No,
teenagers.
but, like, their
I
parents-
remember what I was like.
Yeah, you're listening to
grade 6?
ASMR, sleep on mommy's lap.
Editor, put like a fucking bag on his face. Make an anvil crush him. I hope you edit that.
I'll try. I don't know how to edit, so it'll be really shit.
Like a PNG.
I can't do what Lixian does, where he just like manifests things.
Dude, Markiplier.
Oh my god, Markiplier!
Oh, but this is like distractible. Dude, you're a Markiplier.
Let's spin the wheel of mythicality or whatever the fuck they do. I don't...
We could. Oh, so okay, we're coming probably close to that.
We're tapering off.
But who's the winner of this episode of the podcast?
The comments decide, no? It's like epic rap battles of history. You decide.
Is that how we're doing it? The comments decide.
Well,
who
okay.
wins?
Also, okay. Who's the winner?
Well, so we have to.
No. Who's the winner?
You have to edit out that. You just said. You have to bleep that out.
Okay. Parkade Tell 1. Who's the
But
winner? Yeah. Parkade Tell 1. Who's the winner?
I'm gonna watch the video, and if there's
There'll
not
be
a
a beep.
fucking
I
beep,
fucking promise you.
I'm going to force you to take the
There'll
video
be a
down,
beep.
re-edit it, and put it back
Parkade
out.
Tell 1. Who's the winner?
Well, we have to decide through some unbiased means. 'cause
Well,
there's no host of this episode.
Okay, so
if we're
this-
following distractable rules, the winner becomes the host of the next episode.
Okay, so who was the host for their first episode?
I haven't gotten that far yet. I have to. So, just for
Oh,
reference, I listened to Distractable, but I'm listening to it backwards. So I'm listening from newest to oldest, and I'm like in 2022. I
What
think
episode
now.
are you on?
They don't number them,
Oh.
but they're in 2022. They started in like 2021, so I'm getting there.
You're
but
almost there. We'll
I'm
find out
not
soon.
quite.
And when we do, I guess,
I could be entirely wrong. by the
we'll
way.
edit this from the future.
I-
We'll put it addendum. Yeah.
But yeah, remember to take out my fucking name.
Okay, Parkade Pal 1. Fuck.
All right, Parkade Pal 0.
Yeah, you almost said 2. Pussy, know your place.
No, but we won't decide a winner because we're not copying Distractable. I made a point of saying that we're not copying Distractable, but we are.
I really coin. I have coins.
That's fine. No, there won't be any winner. It's fine. Because if we were deciding a winner, we would have to assign points and shit.
I don't know who
Which
wins.
would be assigning points. It just wouldn't work for the style podcast. Anything else you'd like to bring up as some last final notes before we
Before
stop?
I go
recording?
walk over and set off the camera.
Well, just like any thoughts on anything we talked about or any new topics that you want to briefly.
No, I didn't. I enjoyed this though. I enjoyed the vibe. I'm glad we got a confirmation that the security does not give a fuck. We were very worried about that in the first episode.
I was so ready to get fucking.
I was so ready. I saw him pull over, and I'm like,
You watched us for a bit. You watched.
Yeah. I saw him pull over, and then I saw him like
He was very
he
nice.
was walking up with the fucking sheriff. But like he's chill as fucking. What a cool dude.
He was a very, very, very nice.
You
guy.
probably heard it. Honestly, we were right off camera, but
I mean, we are filming a podcast. I feel kind of bad that I lied to him, but like, we're filming a podcast for. Well, it's about psychology a little bit. We talked about.
this is just a project.
We talked about.
I think the big thing he cares about is that you're not allowed to stay if you're not a student.
Well, yeah, I know.
The Parkade's open to students, I think, always, really.
But
Same with like the TFDL. As long as you're a student, you can get into the TFDL. So I assume it's fine. I don't know why you lied to him.
I just felt right. I felt like the moment. And you know,
I just agreed with him. I'm like, okay, just
No,
very
no,
chill.
he was a nice
He was
lad.
a very nice guy.
He
Very kind.
the administration here is actually pretty cool.
They're pretty
Yeah,
chill, yeah.
UFC, comment below. Comment your favorite.
Comment your favorite place to goon at UFC. Follow UFC Gooning on Instagram. They just hit 500.
That's the fucking guide that's the website you're making. Go to UFCgooning.ca.
.gov. .gov.
UFC
-is. Go there.
Real. Okay. Well, I guess we could decide.
Ew, it's so fucking gross.
We could decide the tentative winner of this episode with rock, paper, scissors. Okay, as soon as the result happens, you edit. That's the end of the video. Right?
No, I'm gonna walk over and close it every single time.
Well, yeah, but we're editing that part out. So
No, I'm
as
gonna-
soon as
no.
well, then I'm not doing it.
Okay, I win.
No.
You forfeit.
No. No. Okay, fine. I just think it would be good if
No,
it ended
no,
as
no,
soon as
no.
they saw our results. So it's like
Well,
climactic.
they have to hear you bitching and moaning after you lose.
I'm not gonna bitch and moan after I lose. I'm gonna win.
Okay.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Fuck! Just know. I'm gonna win. At the last episode, I'm gonna fucking win. I will win the episode. I promise you. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win.
I think it's dead. It died at some point. It died at some point.
The battery?
Yeah.
You said it 2 hours?
I guess. Maybe it's cold.
It's not.
It died at some point. I couldn't tell. We'll have to find out.
It's dead.
It's dead. It's dead. It's dead. It's like fully dead. It's off.
We had an hour left. Like you checked it right before you came over to us. We have about an hour.